All right, we're gonna get this started. I have 2.25 pounds of ground beef. I have 3 packs of them, and they were all, today's Friday. I went to work, I ran to my Walmart, and these were all yellow stickers for $12.40. This is all the 93% ground beef, and I did that so that way I would I would have watched videos about it. They say that you should go with, or the leaner the meat, then the less issues like draining and all over, the less mess it makes. So I'm going to get this open. I'm going to open up each of these seasonings and I'll be back to tell you which ones I'm using. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take 1 teaspoon. This is Kinder's Prime Steak Seasoning. This is just a teaspoon of that one. A teaspoon of Kinder's Caramelized Onion Butter. And then I want some of this Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning, so a teaspoon of that. A teaspoon of this chicken dust. It's Weaver's Dutch Country chicken dust. And then lastly, this brown butter and roasted garlic. So I watched a few videos about making ground beef and for ground beef, and I didn't add any plain salt. Well, I do want some plain salt, so it's back here. Hang on here. Definitely want some salt here. I have some pickling stuff somewhere. Anyway, and so my thought process is it's gonna be easier to blend up this way, and I really need to put a second glove on. Just a second. Alright, so now I'm going to kind of just get it all mixed up, and then like I said, we're just going to stick it over in that container there, but I want to get as mixed up as possible. Let me just take this, transfer it over to here. That'll be it. Now, what I'm about to do is probably something you shouldn't do, but I kind of want to taste it, and I won't know if it's enough seasoning until I taste it. So I'm not gonna eat it, but I'm gonna do this. So if you're squeamish, look away. I'm just gonna go like this. Yeah, I feel like there's enough seasoning on that. I read one of the things said 1 tablespoon of seasoning per pound. Well, I don't know how much we got, but that right there is what we're going with. So I'm gonna do that same thing in these other 2. So I will get back to you whenever I get these 2 done. Okay, so I have it all mixed in pretty thoroughly for me. So I'm going to put this in the refrigerator, and in the morning, after this dry marinates overnight, we'll roll it out and put it on our trays on our dehydrator. So I'll see you in the morning. Alrighty, so got my ground beef and I got my roller. This is one of those rollers that I saw Transformation in Progress. She had one of these, and you have these rings in it. You can determine how thick you want it. This is 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to go ahead and plop some meat down. I don't really know how much. Y'all know me. I'm just going to try something and bring y'all along for the ride. It might be wonderful. It might be a hot mess, but I can't do nothing by myself. I measured I opened up the package, and I've measured out the little trays compared to this. So I kind of have an idea for that. I've watched several videos about making this, and that don't mean I understand it all, but we can still have fun trying. I know it needs to go out to the full outer edge, so I can definitely be adding more meat as it goes. But the cool thing about this is no matter how much I roll, it won't be, I won't have it too It won't have it like uneven. Well, some places might be thinner, but it won't be a bunch thicker. You know what I'm saying? So that's the cool thing about this little jobber here. But I'm gonna put some more in places. Like let's put a little more here, and maybe a little more here, and a little more here. So the thing is, I watched Miss Anita from, hang on, just a second, what's her channel? Oh my gosh. Y'all know I can't think and do it at the same time. Ketogenic Woman. I'm so sorry. Ketogenic Woman. I watched her. She makes meat crackers. I don't want meat crackers. I want jerky. I like that jerky texture. And what I want to do is I want to get this mastered so that I will be able to take this on work trips, convention. You know, I got a convention coming up in a few months. And if I get this figured out, then I would like to have this so that this will be something that I will be able to then take with me into the conference and nibble on, you know, throughout the day, whenever they're having other things around me. And so that's kind of the purpose of this, is for me to have something that I'll be able to take with me to places like that. Or like last night, I went to a movie at church. So that would have been a great thing I could have nibbled around on. You know, I mean, they didn't have anything else. So it's not like I felt like, oh, woe is me, everybody else is eating X, Y, Z or anything. Now, the way she said is she puts her tray upside down. Now I've got a little excess here, and that's okay. I'm going to grab my pizza cutter. Now she scored hers after she rolled it. I guess I could try that and see what I think. But she also took off the excess. So there's the excess. Let's put this back into the sheet, into the bowl. Hang on. So, but what she said she does is she turns it upside down before flipping it over. And I do like the idea of just going through, and she scored hers, which I like that idea. Like I said, I don't want mine as crackers. I want it as jerky. So, I don't necessarily want to eat thin strips, but there we go. That'll work, whatever that kind of strip is. Now you put it upside down, so, and then flip it. There we go. Now let's take it to our tray, our dealing. Because this is going to take so long, I just stuck it over here on my kitchen table. And let's make sure it closes. Yep. So mine just came, and it's a Kasori, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trays, 5 or 6 trays. Anyway, so this one, I bet you that's not a tray spot. I don't know. Maybe I'll start with the top and then work my way down. So I'm going to do that same process. I'll let you see me roll that one. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to, when it's done, weigh it just to see how much ground beef I get per tray, just out of morbid curiosity. And that would help me like know roughly how much to pile on here. I'm sure that's too much, but anyway. So, or maybe it's not, I don't know. But anyway, so I'm just going to kind of get it rolled out a little bit, help myself. And get a little more out here. But yeah, so I really like that roller. And, you know, I think it would be good in this. You know, you can buy those dehydrated minced onions. I think that would be good in this. And if you have excess somewhere, you just kind of pull it off and stick it somewhere else. But let's see. All right, so I want to make sure I have enough up here and enough down here. Let's try this again. And then when I'm done with this roller, the way it stores, it's really cool. If you care, I can put the link to it down in, just message me at the end, and or in the comment section, and I can put the link to it. I think this is going to be too much, but that's all right. We'll see. Anyway, I can put the link to this one. It's a MTNZXZ. But this is my first time using it, so I'm definitely not promoting it or saying it's grand. Please know that. I'm just saying it's the first one that popped up in my budget whenever I looked it up on Amazon after seeing Progress and Transformation use hers. Oh, come on now. Come on, fella. Let me take this off for a minute. I can see my seasonings, down there. I didn't mix it up perfect, but I'm not too worried about it. It's just funny. I can see them kind of mixed in there. There's another one. Have to decide which side I want to cut off. Oh, I didn't score it either. But first I'll go ahead and cut this excess off. You know, it's like anything. The more you do something, the more you understand and the more it makes sense. I'm getting a drink. Hang on. So as you do something, each time you do something, you grow a little bit. And we are growing today. I guess I'm making these into squares. I don't dislike the kind that are like Slim Jims. I just wanted something that I can just shove in a Ziploc bag and go, oh yeah. Okay, first we want to get it on here. And then we're going to weigh it, just so we see. It says each one can hold 7 pounds. So, I accidentally threw that paper thing away, but that's all right. Now, I didn't get it all the way out, but let's get a general idea so that in theory, hang on, I need to zero it with this on top of it. Let me see. 512 grams. Let's see how much ounces that is. Oh dang it. I accidentally zeroed it out. Hold up. Alright, so this weighs 6 ounces. Alright, now let's try it again. It holds 1 pound, 2 ounces. So that's how much is on there. So when the next one I do, I could plop a little over a pound onto the parchment paper. Anyway, I'm going to keep going. We'll know that each tray is about 1.2 ounces. Or holds 1.2 ounces. All right, let's get this last one in here. So it says it could take anywhere from 4 to 7 hours, depending on how fatty it is. This is 93%. So this, I guess, is where we set the time. So set temp. We want to do 160. I wonder if I can just hold it. But 165 is what a lot of them do. And then time. We'll check it in 4 hours since this is my first time going. So 4 hours at 4 hours at 165. So there we go. So I'll see you back here in 4 hours. The timer went off. It has a quiet little beep. I honestly I heard something come over here, but didn't really notice what it was. So I'm just going to take one square off and let's just take a look. I feel like it's cooked. Okay, you can tell it's still a little pink inside, but I don't feel like it's dehydrated. So since I want to dehydrate this, I'm going to put it back in, because that's too wet. So I'd like to do it again let's do it again for two more hours. So it's going to be a total of 6 hours by the time we check it. So I'll see you again in 2 hours. It's been 2 more hours and I do not feel like it's ready. At first I pulled them out and I was like, okay, it's time. But I just don't feel like it's ready. It's definitely rubbery, but I feel like I could eat it. I could eat a hunk for lunch, I feel like. But it's still, I don't feel like it's like the right texture for jerky, or what it looked like in the videos. So I'm gonna stick this back in here, and we're gonna redo it again for 2 more hours. Give me just a second here. 165, 2 hours. Yeah, let's come over here and taste it. Again, I just don't think. See how the pink that is? I'm trying to get it in the light. Anyway, here. Get out of the light. So see how pink that is? I just feel like that's not where it needs to be. I think I can eat it, and that's okay. But I feel like another couple hours would get it a lot better. So I'm gonna eat on this though, and I'll see you all in 2 more hours. Timer went off. It's been a total of 8 hours. So let me just take a peek at it, see what I think. Let me just pull a hunk of burning love out. And I don't hear it cracking. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna flip them and go 2 more hours. You know, this is a good experiment. It's been 8 hours. I don't know how long it needs to go, but we're just going to grab them and we're going to flip them. And we're going to go 2 more hours and see what we think. You know, they're kind of rubbery and it's all one big chunk. I kind of wonder, you know, I've seen the ones where they do it in like strips, and maybe that's the way to go. I don't know. But I think, there we go. They definitely shine, you know, so you can see the fat that's in them. And let's just pull this little piece. Let's pull this little jobber off. I don't think it's bad. I mean, it's still pink. It's still pink, like, you know, almost like it's medium rare. The outer edges are definitely done. Oh, I kind of pulled that open. See the difference? We got pink and brown in there. Y'all done already know. Ow. It tastes fine. I think, Sam, are you in there? Come on. Sam. I can't give them some without you. Lou's knocked out, so he's okay. Here you go, buddy. There you go. So they taste fine, but I feel like I still feel like they're pretty wet, and maybe they're supposed to be. This is my first time doing them. But I feel like I want to let them go 2 more hours. So that'll be a total of what, 10 hours? So we'll let them go 2 more hours. It's 2 o'clock. So it'll be around 4 o'clock when they get done. So we're going to let them go 2 more hours after flipping them this way and just see what happens. And they're going to be in the freezer anyway, so it's not like I'm trying to make them shelf stable. But I don't know. I just feel like 2 more hours, and every time I sample them. So I probably ate about a pound of them as I'm sampling them. It's okay. It's okay. This is our first experience doing them. We got to get the samples. But I can tell you one thing, that flavor is spot on. There's a little warmth to it from that Creole seasoning. There's some flavor to it. It's definitely very flavorful. So yeah, we're going to get it back on the 165 degrees for 2 more hours. And I'll see you in 2 hours and we'll see how it's doing. I got to tell you though, I have not, at lunchtime, I didn't need to add a meat to my lunch because I've been eating, all these little samples as I've been working on this. So, whoopsies. All right, bye. So I actually went ahead and cut them up a little bit into smaller pieces. A lot of them were still scored and some of them were not. The scored has kind of smushed away. So I've cut them up into smaller pieces. Just curious if that helps. So we still have an hour and 54 minutes left. So basically 2 hours left. But I wanted to score them, or I wanted to go on and cut them and see if that makes a difference. And maybe this is the texture they are. Since I'm going to be storing them in the freezer, it's not a bad thing. But my question comes, how long will they be able to be, like whenever I take them somewhere, how long will I be able to leave them outside of a refrigerator? Will there still be some moisture in there? I don't really know. That's what I don't really know. All right, I'm going to call it quits. So this is the bottom tray, and there's no oil on it. So by using the 93% ground beef, it definitely did not have the oil that was in the bottom. I am going to put it out on this and just let it cool down and kind of let it air dry a little bit for a little while, and just to kind of help it dry. But let's take one that looks like it's kind of on the thicker side, or not thicker side, but let's just take this one right here. And I do plan on cutting them smaller bite-sized pieces. So it does look like they are fully cooked. They are stiff, bendy, but then they do break when I bend it. Y'all been seeing me eat them ever since I started. Good flavor. My question to you is, for those of you who have done something like this, I plan on storing them in the freezer. And that's okay. If you've made this and you have made it, if yours was shelf stable, let me know how you got to the point that you were comfortable with making them shelf stable. I'm just concerned that, there is still some fat in there, because you do see the white in there and the little bits, and they talk about how fat can turn rancid. And here. See, that's the inside of it. So, being homemade, what is your suggestion? So what I want to do is I want to show you the price. Give me just a second. Okay, so what I want to talk about is I bought these. This was I got the yellow stickers. So this was $12 for 2.25 pounds. It was $12.40. So I did the math and I had 3 packages. So that ended up being $5.51 a pound. So then add in any seasonings. I feel like I should have added salt, and that's okay. It's fine as is. But $5.51 a pound for this. When you go, I've looked at the prices of jerky at Walmart online, and those are all in the $20 a pound. So literally saving $15 per pound. And we started off with 6.75. So let's even be gentle and say, Ziggy, what is 15 times 6.75?
15 times 6.75 is 101.25.
Okay, so according to our Alexa, this amount of jerky right here would be $100. Whereas for us, this amount of jerky was $37. So that's a huge, huge cost saving. And it was simple. It was easy. To be quite honest, what I might consider next time is cooking it for a little bit till it gets a little pliable and then cutting it into strips. I have no idea what I'll do next time. I never know what I'll do next time. But what I can say is this has great flavor and it's juicy. It's good. I'm going to put it in my freezer in Ziploc bags. And I'll be making a couple more batches before my next work trip. And on that note, if you were to make something like this, how long would you be comfortable leaving it out of the refrigerator? Like a day work trip, I'm fine. Because usually on my day work trips, I have a lunch box that I take with me. Staying at a hotel overnight, there's usually a small refrigerator. But if I got short or tight on space, you know, how long, I feel like if I go to a convention, I could maybe store this in the refrigerator and then pull out a few pieces to go down with me. But my question is, would you feel comfortable making something like this in the amount of time I did, and then leaving it out on the out in your hotel room for 4 days and a 4-day work trip? Or would you do something like putting a moisture pack in it? What would you do to make this shelf stable for like a 4-day period? So I'm definitely open to your advice. So there you go. That's what we got, and I am super excited. This is going to be, well, it's delicious, and I'm going to use it in so many different ways for me and work trips and whatever. So thanks for watching, and please, please, please help me in the comment section because, you know, I want to be able to make this stay out for a 4-day weekend. That's what I'm looking for. So what would I have to do to make myself, to make this stable enough to be out on a counter in a Ziploc bag for a 4-day, even a full week, let's just say a week trip? What's your advice? All right, thanks.